back over to Mr. Gordy Kosfeld with some Northfield girls versus Red Wing basketball. Gordy, how you holding up?
It's the Section 1 AAA Championship. The winner goes to the State Girls Basketball Tournament. The Northfield Raiders and the Red Wing Wingers. This is a 1 versus 2 seed. Red Wing coming off a win over the Faribault Falcons last Saturday. And the Northfield Raiders had no trouble with the Austin Packers. The Red Wing victory over Faribault was 73-46. Northfield beat Austin by a score of 59-40. So these two teams going toe-to-toe, the 1 and 2 seeds. Both state ranked. When the season began, Northfield was rated number 8 in the state. They're now number 3, I do believe. Red Wing, Waseca too, but Red Wing wasn't even on the radar when the season began. But they moved into the rankings primarily because of Tasia Buck. It's 5'10 seniors, a Division I player. We have the Evansville in Indiana to continue playing basketball, and she is very good. She had double-digit points against Faribault. Didn't even score in the first half. As they punched a 7-point lead up to that victory that I told you about. Our broadcast tonight is service of Benjamin Bus in Northfield, proud to transport the students of the Northfield School District to and from school every day, to various field trips, and of course sporting events. By Syngenta Seeds Research of Stanton. Professional Pride Realty in Northfield. The Northfield Hospital, the Center for Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation, and all the things they do at Northfield Hospital. Yeah, I know at Northfield Hospital, they're pretty pumped. They are hoping that their Raiders are going to go all the way to the state tournament. And of course, they get there, they can make some noise, no question about it. One time they were rated number 1 in the state. During the course of the season, just 3 losses on the year for Northfield. Those 3 losses were to Eastview, 60-52. Owatonna, 54-41. That was their last loss on the 30th of January. Yep, they won 9 straight games. And they lost to Beaver Dam, Wisconsin, 61-48. So only 2 losses to Minnesota schools by the Northfield Raiders. They beat Red Wing 46-45 in the opener at Red Wing. And when these two teams played in Northfield, they beat them 63-46. Now they're playing at the Rochester Mayo Civic Center Arena, and there's no more pressure than there is on this game. The winner goes to state. The Wingers have 6 losses on the season. Twice they lost to Northfield. Their other losses were to Mayo, Austin, Owatonna, and Mankato West. Raiders are heading down to their locker room as the Wingers continue to warm up on the hoop to our right. When we get underway, the Raiders will be going right to left and the Wingers left to right in your radio dial. And now Red Wing is doing some wind sprints after they shot. Buck is leading the way with the ball in her hand, and now they're going to go down to their locker room. It's Northfield Red Wing for the 1 AAA championship. If you missed it earlier tonight, in the game we had on these airwaves, Lakeville North beat Farmington 65-43. So the Lakeville North Panthers will be heading to the state tournament next week. We need to get our Northfield Hospital keys to the game for the Northfield Raiders. We'll do that right after this 1-minute timeout.
Did you know that Syngenta Seeds is one of the world's leading companies with more than 27,000 employees in some 90 countries dedicated to their purpose of bringing plant potential to life? One of the unique things about Syngenta is that their actions and products can help address one of our planet's most challenging dilemmas, how to grow more crops from less resources. At Syngenta Seeds, they put the grower at the center of everything they do. Syngenta Seeds Research Center in Stanton is proud to congratulate and support all local FFA students, athletes, coaches, and teachers.
Professional Pride Realty of Northfield would love to serve you. The team at Professional Pride Realty understands buying or selling a home is a major life event. It specializes in, but is not limited to, residential real estate. Locally owned, Professional Pride serves the community in and around Northfield. Just like the name says, they take professional pride in everything they do. The website, professionalpriderealty.com, includes not only pictures of some awesome properties, but other helpful tools to make a home buying or selling experience an enjoyable one. Professional Pride Realty, Northfield. Yeah, the great folks at Professional Pride Realty, Pete Mergens and the gang, they are bringing you our Points in the Paint feature. I love this feature. I really do. And I hope you enjoy it as well. I keep track of the points in the paint, and they're going to be courtesy of Professional Pride Realty in Northfield. There's only one pointer you need to know when it comes to real estate. Whether you're selling or you're buying, Professional Pride Realty in Northfield is the place to go. Well, as I mentioned, Tony Matheson, the head coach of the Northfield Raiders, is a believer of good defense and says in order to win this game, they would like to keep this game to the pace that they want against these Red Wing Wingers. Now remember, the two times that they played, scores were 46-45 in the opener and then 63-46 in the next game. So one would guess, by looking at that the lower score would benefit Red Wing, and a higher score would benefit Northfield. And I would kind of tend to agree with that trend because Northfield's got a lot of firepower on that team. Against the Faribault Falcons, anyway, the Red Wing Wingers were led by Buck. I think they might have had, I don't have my score sheet with me from that Faribault game. I thought I brought it with me, but I didn't. I don't think anybody other than Buck was in double figures in that game, if I remember right. Of course, Faribault gave Northfield all they could handle the two times they played during this season, too. As we get ready for the starting lineups of today's game, they're introducing them alternately. For the Northfield Raiders, Taylor Ernst is a 5'8 senior. Kylie Nelson is a 5'8 sophomore for Red Wing. Also for Red Wing is Lindsey Reps, a 5'6 junior. Clara Nowak is a 5'8 senior for the Northfield Raiders. Tasia Buck, as we already told you, is a 5'10 senior. Grace Touche, a 5'9 senior for the Northfield Raiders. Hannah Rogers, she had a good game against Faribault, a 5'9 junior. Rachel Kelly is a 6' junior for the Northfield Raiders. And then rounding up the lineup for the Red Wing Wingers is Abby Deming, a 5'10 freshman. And 6'3 senior Annika Hoff is the other starter for the Northfield Raiders. Northfield is the home team. They're the number one seed. They're wearing maroon and gold. Red Wing is in white with purple trim as we get set to get this game underway. Rudy Kosfeld here at the KDHL Sports Microphone on KDHL AM Faribault, Minnesota. And one of the starters wrong here, so I got to change that in my book. And then we'll be ready to rock and roll. There's three officials here today, just as we had earlier. Northfield 24-3, Red Wing 22-6. Good crowd on hand. It's not packed by any stretch of the imagination, but a good crowd. Then we'll have the Northfield boys game on Saturday on these airwaves too, along with Lakeville North and Lakeville South. Northfield plays Simley in the boys game on Saturday. Get ready to get this game underway as Hoff will be jumping up against against Deming. And Northfield controls tap. Touche goes in for a layup. There was body contact and no call. So Northfield will get the ball underneath their own basket, moving right to left. Touche gets it into Hoff. Hoff's at the top of the key, back to Touche. Touche takes a couple of dribbles to her left. They hedged out on her initially. Now pass goes on the left side. The Northfield Raiders just underway here as Ernst has it. They get it inside the paint. Pass goes in the corner. Long-range jumper by Nowak's no good. Rebound's taken down by Deming. So Deming gets the rebound. Deming will pass the top of the key to Buck. She'll swing it on the right side. Red Wing had great ball movement against Faribault the other night, and the same's true here. The ball never touches the floor. Buck now takes a couple of dribbles to the top of the key. She'll swing it on the left side to Nelson. Nelson will bounce it back to Deming on the left wing. Red Wing's going to be very patient here, I get the sense. They don't want this to be an up-and-down game. Those are Northfield Hospital keys. Here's a shot from the 10-foot line. No good. Rebound taken down. It was actually about the free throw line. Northfield got the rebound. And bringing the ball up are the Raiders. Touche passes it on the left wing. Couple of right-handed dribbles by Ernst. You get back top of the key to Nowak. Nowak guarded by Buck. Got screened. Didn't use it, though. Looking to dribble penetrate. Touche under the basket. Shot is made. Grace Touche. She can shoot off the dribble, and she can shoot the three. Very good player. Pass out front to Buck. Buck gets it in the corner to Nelson. Nelson takes a couple of dribbles to her left. She's being guarded out there by Kelly. Now they get it out front, swing it over to Buck. Pretty good spacing on the floor here for Red Wing against the Raiders. Pass goes on the left side. And faking the three is Reps. Reps now is in trouble. She's trapped. Hands it off in the corner, which is not where you want to end up with the ball, but they get out of it. Nelson has it on the right wing. Back out front to Buck. Buck. They get it all the way in the left corner to Reps. Looks to dribble penetrate. It was almost stolen. They get it back out front. Free throw line. Deming goes down the right side of the lane. Goes up with a shot. She's fouled by Ernst. So Ernst gets called for the foul. The 5'8 senior. Interesting that Ernst is starting here tonight in the couple of games I saw against Faribault. They started Emma Carlson as she misses the free throw. Does Deming, and she'll have another. 2-0. Northfield leads it. We're just underway as she hits the second one. We're not even 3 minutes into the game. It's 2-1 Raiders. Touche brings it up across the black center circle here in the arena. It's sky blue inside the lane, paint all the way through. We have our points in the paint feature, courtesy of Professional Pride Realty. You don't need any pointer other than they're the place to go when you're buying or selling a home. In the lane, Touche loses the ball. Northfield has their first turnover. Coming back the other way is Reps. Reps being guarded by Nowak, gets by her, goes up with a shot, and they're going to call a foul. Boy, that was all ball. They called a foul on Nowak. Okay, the foul was on Nowak. It was not on the shot block. Reps makes the first free throw. She'll have another. Lindsay Reps, she's a 5'6 junior. And all the points for Red Wing have been at the free throw line. We're tied at 2. Takes a few low dribbles and swishes the second one. And Red Wing has their first lead. 3-2. Bringing the ball up right to left on your radio dial. Touche gets a high screen, dribbles down the left side of the lane, throws it up. It hits the side of the backboard. Red Wing's going to come back the other way as Buck will bring the ball up. Passes on the right side to Reps, gets it in the corner to Nelson. Nelson wants to drive baseline. I thought she was out of bounds. Pass goes in the corner to Buck, gets it on the left wing, back to Buck. Buck takes a couple of dribbles to her right. She obviously waits for the game to come to her. Nelson gets it, top of the key. Deming's going to shoot a three. It's no good. Rebound's taken down by Northfield. Coming out of there with it's Rachel Kelly. Kelly gets it to Touche. Touche in the right corner to Nowak. Nowak passes it out front to Touche. Touche has Reps on her, gets it on the left wing. Couple of right-handed dribbles. Down the lane, Ernst goes up, and she's fouled as she goes in attack mode. See, they call the foul on. Going to be on Rogers. her first. The free throw is a swish by Ernst. Taylor's a 5'8 senior. Carlson's going to check in now. When she's in the game, the Raiders typically run that 1-3-1 with her long arms. A 6'1 junior out at the top of the 1-3-1. I love that defense, especially with the athletic Carlson at the top. Ernst hits both free throws, and it's 4-3 Raiders. They have our third lead change already. Out front with the basketball, Reps. Tosses on the left wing. Is in the game now for Red Wing is Ellie Thorson, a 5'8 sophomore. They bounce it to Deming. They get it on the block. Back to Deming down the lane. Layup is no good. Missed a wide open layup. Thorson puts it back up and in. So Thorson gets the putback. It's 5-4. We got our fourth lead change. Out front, Carlson with a basketball. Pass it on the left wing. Wide open for Northfield was Annika Richardson, a 5'9 freshman. Couple of left-handed dribbles by Ernst. Gets it on the block, going up off glass. Missing the shot is Annalie Olsen-Sola, the 6'1 senior. And then we got another score. Well, I missed what he said. I was looking at all the subs that had just come in the game and actually missed the basket. Buck has it out front. Takes a couple of dribbles to her left. They pass it on the right wing, looking to dribble penetrate, losing the ball. Carlson steals it. She's very good at that. Red Wing has their first turnover. And then Northfield turns it right back over. That's their second. Checking back in is going to be Nowak. So the basket must have been scored by Ernst, who just checked out of the game. 5-4, Wingers lead it. Buck tries to save it. It goes out of bounds. Well, I guess he didn't go out of bounds. And it looked like it was right in front of the Northfield bench when Buck tried to save it, but it's going to be Red Wings basketball. Man, oh man. It's 5-4 Wingers on the scoreboard. Pass goes on the right wing. A couple of left-handed dribbles by Red Wings' Hannah Rogers. Now Buck has it. Carlson, those long arms, gets on Buck. Bounce pass goes in the corner, and I get it back to Buck. Buck's going to dribble penetrate. Lost the ball, but they picked up by Rogers. Gets it back to Buck. 12.5 minutes to go. It's 5-4 Wingers. One left-handed dribble by Thorson. She'll back up with the basketball. Red Wings being very patient here. Nelson gets it in, and a travel is going to be called on the Wingers. Their second turnover. They got the ball into Lily Beaufort. She's a 5'11 sophomore. Carlson's going to get a breather here for Northfield. Pressure is going to be put on by Red Wing. Pass comes into Nowak. Nowak goes up the far sideline across the timeline. Hoff gets it on the left wing. They get it inside the lane. Shots up, no good by Sola. She'll go back up off glass, miss it again. Rebound's taken down by her again, goes back up and scores. But first you don't succeed. Annalie Olsen-Sola says, I'm going to try again. We've had 6 lead changes, and Buck just got fouled as she went right to the basket. Foul's going to be on Hoff, I do believe. Well, we haven't had too many points in the paint. Well, we haven't had too many points. Most of the points have been scored in the Professional Pride Realty paint. Free throw is made by Thorson. Ellie is a 5'8 sophomore. And she'll have another. We're tied at 6 with 11:54 to go in the half. Thorson's next free throw is no good. Rebound in the corner by Northfield. Tie up. Possession arrow goes to Red Wing. We're tied at 6. The pace has been what Red Wing wants, in my opinion. Buck hits it out to the free throw line down that Professional Pride Realty paint. Misses the layup, does Nelson. Now they swing it all the way to Buck. She's going to shoot a long three and hit it. My word, that was 4 feet behind the blue line. And she swished it. What range? It's 9-6 Red Wing. That could be a difference maker. Pass goes inside. Kelly in the lane, goes up, misses the shot. Didn't use glass. It rolled over the iron, and she'll go to the free throw line, though. Going to be on Rogers, her first. I'm sorry, that's her second. At the free throw line is Kelly. Makes the first, she'll have another. Northfield, a very good free throw shooting team. They're 3 for 3 so far. That's part of their game. They get to the line, they cash in. Kelly, broadcaster Jinx, missed it, and I mean, it was bad. Coming back the other way is Reps. Reps brings it across the timeline, gets it on the right wing to Deming. All the balls are deflected and stolen by Nowak for Northfield. She goes all the way down the lane. Layup is good. Nowak scores. A scoop off glass. Points off turnovers. Smack dab in the Professional Pride Realty paint. We're tied at 9 with 11 minutes to go in the half. Buck passes in the corner. Driving left baseline. Bounce goes in the right corner. Now Buck has it. Gets it to Reps. Inside the lane. Bounce underneath. Great ball movement, but the ball blocked. Blocked by Kelly, picked up by Hoff. She'll hand it off to Touche. Will bring it across the timeline for the Raiders. Touche dribbles to her left. Pass it in the corner to Nowak. Gets it back out front to Kelly. Inside to Hoff. Nope, she threw it out of bounds. 4 turnovers for the Raiders. I'm sure Coach Matheson was just encouraging his team there. They had the right idea. The girl was open. She just overthrew her, which is tough. Hoff is 6'3", and Kelly is 6 feet. Reps dribbles down the lane. Gets it on the right wing to Buck. Buck looks inside. Buck's being guarded by Nowak. They get it to Reps. Reps goes in attack mode. The ball's blocked out of bounds. Both Hoff and Kelly might have gotten a piece of that ball. 10 minutes, 21 seconds to go till halftime. We're tied at 9. Halftime, Syngenta Seeds Research Center of Stanton will be bringing you our halftime report. Pass goes to Nelson in the right corner. Now back out front, they get it inside. As Reps, it's tough to get inside against this Northfield Raider team. You know, that size. And, of course, Red Wing's not exactly small. There's a bad post-entry pass to Buck. I mean, it was horrible. That's the 4th turnover by Red Wing. Touche passes it underneath to Kelly, goes up with a shot, and gets fouled. They certainly do have the advantage on the block, it appears. Beffert gets called for the foul. Kelly's free throw is good. Rachel Kelly now 2 for 3 from the free throw line. Carlson's going to check back in. Nowak's going to sit down for the Raiders. Nelson's going to sit down, and Thorson is back in for the Wingers. Kelly at the free throw line. Takes a few low dribbles. Pulls the trigger. Swish. Oh, now they say she stepped over the line. So that one does not count. That one does not count, and officially that goes down as a turnover, I was told, many years ago. 10-9 Raiders. Pass goes on the left wing. Beffert gets it out front. Looking to turn the corner was Reps. Gets it in the corner for 3, and it's bottom of the net. A triple by Red Wings. Danny Deming. Deming hits a tray. It's 12-10 Wingers. And now the Raiders turn the ball over again. That's their 5th turnover. So the Wingers will get the ball. Reps will inbound it right next to Coach Matheson. He's got the tennies on here tonight. Buck will bring it up. Pass goes in the left corner. Rogers out front now to the young lady who just popped the tray. That being Deming. Inside the paint and decides to abandon, which was probably smart. Reps, they swing it over to Buck. Open 3, missed it. Rebound on the weak side. Deming gets it back out front to Reps. Buck gets it back to Reps. Reps dribbles out top. Wingers are up by 2. Pass goes in on the block. Shots up off glass and scoring. is Red Wings' Lily Beffert. Boy, they're moving the ball well, and they're getting a ton of production off their bench. They have 8 points off their bench in this game. It's 14-10. As Northfield struggle a little bit on offense here. Pass comes out front to Touche. Touche calling for a screen, gets it, but the person just runs right around it. Touche thought about a three, gets it inside to Kelly, goes in off glass and scores. Rachel Kelly gets her first hoop. It's 14-12 Red Wing. We've had 7 lead changes here in the first half. As out front with the basketball is Buck. Swings it over to Reps. Now they get at the high post. Deming down the lane goes Reps. Ball might have been blocked from behind. It's taken down by Touche. A foul. There is no call. The pass goes ahead to Kelly. Stops under the basket. Gets the layup. She almost traveled. She didn't, but almost did. She has 6 points, and we're tied at 14. There's a lob pass comes in on the block. Remember, that's the young lady who hit the tray. She was open for an instant, too. I don't know why they didn't get her the ball back. Buck gets it back top of the key. Now to Deming. Deming lobs it into Buck in the post. Buck has a shot rejected by Kelly. Buck turns to the official and says, how come I didn't get a foul call? He said, because you weren't fouled. I don't know if he said that, but Raiders going to bring in 3 new players. Back in the game is Annalie Olsen-Sola. Pass comes way out front by Red Wing to Hannah Rogers. They get it inside to Rogers, back in the corner. A couple of dribbles by Thorson, bounces it in the lane, shots up, and we have a foul called on Northfield's Olsen. That's her first foul. The basket was made by Beffert, and she's going to have free throws. If she makes the free throw, I should say free throw, she will have 5 points. And she made it. They've already scored 4 points at the free throw line, 4 points as well for Northfield. 17-14, Red Wing leads it, I should say. Boucher brings the ball up the floor. Thorson was right on her hip. They get it to Carlson. Free throw line extended right. Shots kind of forced up by Hoff. Missed it. Coming back the other way is Red Wing. Bringing it across the timeline is Danny Deming. Gets it out front to Buck. Swings it on the left side to Rogers. Rogers back out front now to Deming. Deming on the right side to Buck. Buck looks inside, decides against throwing it there. Northfield is playing a matchup here. Bounce pass goes in the right corner. And they do put some pressure on the ball wherever it goes. Here's a nice steal by Touche, and I thought she was fouled, and I guess she was by Rogers. Beyond Rogers. That's her third already. So Rogers will have to sit down. Thorson's going to sit down. So on the floor now for Red Wing, Nelson comes back in the game. Reps, Buck, as dribbling to her left to Touche, gets a screen from Hoff, dribbles to her right, goes down the blue lane, was going to pass it underneath, I think, but she's going to get 2 shots because she might have been shooting too, I guess. Going to be on Reps her first. Touche goes to the free throw line. She's not been there yet, has a couple of points, and she misses the free throw. You said how great their shooting was at the free throw line, and I blew it. They're 4 for 7. The old broadcaster Jinx Carlson's going to sit down. Olsen-Sola's going to sit down, and Touche hits the second one. So 17-15, Red Wing leads it. 6.5 minutes to go in the first half. Again, the pace has been, I think, what Red Wing wants. Northfield would like to get this a little more up-tempo. They now have the zone extended a bit, and Buck just got knocked over. Not on purpose, but knocked over by Ernst. Be her second. Just the 15th foul. Both teams have 5 fouls here in the first half. 17-15, Red Wing leads it. We'll be looking forward to our Syngenta Seeds halftime report because I just love that points in the paint feature being brought to us by Professional Pride Realty. And it's been a difference in this one. Buck swings in the corner to Reps. He's going to shoot a 3. It's partially blocked. Taken down by Red Wing. The young lady from Northfield had no clue where the ball was, and now Red Wing turns it over. Coach Nelson can't believe it. He says, ask your partner, and we'll see what they decide here. You can hear the Red Wing fans behind me. Northfield's across the floor here at the Mayo Civic Arena. They wanted the ball, of course, and it ends up being Northfield's ball. See if they can do something with it. Nowak dribbles top of the key, swings it over to Carlson. Carlson, they really overplay her right hand. She goes right anyway. Now they get it to Touche. Touche dribbles to her left, backs up, shoots the three. It's no good. Rebound taken down by Hoff. Hoff goes down the lane, off glass, missed it. Rebound taken down by Red Wing. How many layups have they missed? Buck throws it ahead to Reps. Reps in the corner to Nelson. Nelson in the lane, it's knocked away, then stolen back by Red Wing. Pass goes on the right wing to Reps. Reps will shoot the shot on the move, missed it. Rebound taken down by Hoff. Still a 2-point lead for the Wingers as Touche brings it up right to left on your radio dial. Gets it to Nowak on the left wing. Gets a screen. Nowak will dribble to her right. Top of the key. She'll pass it on the right side. The ball's knocked away by, well, I thought it was knocked away by Buck, but they say it went out of bounds off Northfield. So 6 turnovers by the Raiders, 5 turnovers by the Wingers. The offensive efficiency for Northfield has not really been there so far tonight. And you can credit a lot of that to Red Wing. Playing very well defensively. Reps dribbles to her right, gets it in the right corner. They get on the block to Buck, back out front. Befford had the ball knocked away. There's a tie-up. Possession arrow goes to Northfield. So it'll be Raider basketball down 17-15 with 4:47 to go in the first half. Let's take a gander at the Professional Pride Realty points in the paint for Northfield. They got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 of their 15 points in the paint. The other 5 are at the free throw line. So they have not had a three yet. I don't even know if they may have taken one. Pass goes in the right corner. Here's Carlson for a three on cue. Missed it. Rebound taken down by Red Wings. Befford. She'll hand it off, and Buck will bring it up with a right-handed dribble. Toss it to Reps on the left wing to get it to high post. Here's a shot from 15. It's no good. Rebound's taken out by Hoff. Gets it over to Nowak. Both teams are a little cold at the moment. Nowak will bring it across that black center circle. Gets it to Carlson on the left wing, who just missed that tray. She dribbles a couple of times, gets it out front to Hoff. Kelly's calling for it on the block. They don't get it to her. Trying to do a bounce pass, post-entry pass was Carlson, and it got kicked out of bounds. Reps will sit down. Nelson will check back in for the Wingers. Nelson, the sophomore. Reps, the junior. Inbounding the ball for the Northfield Razors is Lizzie Birkbaum, who's in the game. She gets a ball in the left corner, looks to dribble, penetrate, gets it back on the left wing to Hoff, gets it into Kelly. Kelly inside the blue paint, kicks it on the right side. A couple of left-handed dribbles by Nowak. Now they get it back into Kelly. Kelly gets double and triple teamed. A couple of dribbles down the lane, and wild shot, no good by Hoff. It was well high off the glass, coming back the other way of the Red Wing Wingers. Again, the offensive efficiency just not there right now for the Raiders. They want to reorganize here and hope it's close to the half. There's still plenty of time, 3.5 minutes to go in the half. There's Red Wing again doing a nice job of moving the ball without over-dribbling. Buck takes a couple of dribbles, bounces it back out front. Carlson will swing it on the left side as they get the ball to Deming. Now on the right side to go with it to Befford. Gets it back out front to Buck. Rolling through the lane is Abby Deming. Left side, it's Nelson. In there, very, very patient. We're approaching 3 minutes to go in the half. Carlson swings it on the right side, kind of shortening the game as a Red Wing. Going to be close at the end. There's a triple that's no good by Buck. Rebound on the weak side by Carlson. By Red Wings Thorson. Carlson probably should have had that board. The bounce pass goes on the right side to Buck. I mean, she's 6'1", and Thorson's 5'8". Pass goes on the block, turning to face the basket, and she sees the much taller Hoff, decides against shooting the ball. Thorson swings it over to Nelson. Now on the left side, it's Buck. Buck gets it in the left corner. There's 2:24 to go in the first half. 17-15 Wingers. Pass goes on the left side to Deming. Deming will get it to Buck. Buck dribbles to the top of the key, swings it over to Nelson. Buck will now go inside the paint. We got a timeout, I think, taken by Red Wing. So Red Wing's going to take the timeout. So it's a perfect opportunity to tell you that family medicine physicians care for patients of all ages for a wide range of conditions at the Northfield Hospital and Clinics. They treat everything from routine care to complex multi-problem health issues. They can care for your whole family. They enjoy getting to know you well over time and tailoring your care to you. Check out the family medicine team of Northfield Hospital and Clinics at northfieldhospital.org with providers in Northfield, Lakeville, Farmington, and Lonsdale. Great care close to you, brought to you by Northfield Hospital and Clinics, partnering with you for a lifetime of care. At the half, the Celtics lead the Timberwolves 60-46. Wow. That's at the half. As Red Wing has the ball, they're up by 2. They took the timeout. We're approaching 2 minutes to go in the half. They've effectively milked almost 2 minutes off the clock. Actually, almost 3 minutes. As Beffert will throw it in the corner to Nelson, and the ball goes out of bounds as she threw it over her head. She couldn't elevate enough to get to it, and it's a turnover after all that. Northfield needs to improve their offense here. We'll see what adjustments they make at halftime, or maybe they can get this thing tied up on this possession. Touche brings it across the timeline, right to left on your radio dial. They go double high post. And Lee Sosa, Olsen. Here's a 3 by Touche, and it's short. Rebound's taken out, was behind the blue line again. They're in smack dab in the middle of the blue, and we've got a tie-up. Possession arrow goes to Red Wing. Got to shoot behind the black line. Pretty easy. Black line's high school. Blue line's not. But so many players shoot behind the blue line. Now Buck hit one couple of feet behind the blue line. No problem, as Red Wing almost turned it over again. Bounce pass goes. We got a travel call on the wingers. That's the 7th turnover by Red Wing. 6 by Northfield. Neither team is scoring much off these turnovers. So Olsen Solo will inbound the ball as Touche almost got tripped by Thorson. A couple of left-handed dribbles. Nowak gets it out front to Sola. Now a couple of left-handed dribbles by Touche at the free throw line. She misses. Rebounds tipped, taken, saved inbounds, but right into the hands of Buck. And here comes Buck in attack mode for Red Wing. She'll bounce on the right side to Deming. Deming just sidesteps the defender and easily scores. So Deming scores. And it's 19-15 Red Wing with 44 seconds to go in the half. Carlson gets it out front. Pass on the left side goes to Touche. Touche, a couple of left-handed dribbles. She's been kind of cold this half. She goes under the bat. Missed the layup. Gets the miss, puts it back up, and scores. Touche has 5 points. And with 25 seconds to go, they throw up a 3. I would not have done that. Touche gets a rebound, and there's a foul on the rebound. That's a big, big mistake by Red Wing. They should have gone for the last shot. There's 20 seconds to go. Northfield will get the ball. They get to go for the last shot, and on a 3, they can take the lead. Well, I really don't understand that. Coach Nelson also looked at his bench like, why? Why are we shooting that 3 from the corner? So Northfield has a chance to go for the last shot. They can't be down by any more than 2 if they miss it. And if they make it, they could have the lead if it's a 3. They tie it if it's not. Carlson has the ball stolen away. Coming back the other way, Buck does a nice job to cut off Carlson and gets an easy layup off the Northfield turnover. And that's the end of the first half. So instead of Northfield getting a bucket to tie or take the lead, Buck gets a steal. Hayes is 5'10", Carlson's 6'1", and Buck did an outstanding job of kind of running interference, slowing down a little bit so that Carlson couldn't time a block or something from behind her. That was a great play by Buck. And your score at halftime is Red Wing 21, Northfield 17. Yep, you heard me right. 21-17, Red Wing leads. At Benjamin Bus in Northfield, the safe transportation of school children is the goal, whether it be to or from school to various field trips or sporting events. Safety always comes first at Benjamin Bus. They work very closely with the school district in designing the safest bus routes and stops. Before any departure, the drivers are required to perform a pre-trip safety inspection to ensure the safety of all student passengers. Benjamin Bus staff are committed to educating the children who ride their buses in school bus safety, too. Benjamin Bus extends their best wishes to the Northfield Raider girls basketball team in tonight's section championship game. Here at the half, it's 21-17 Red Wing on top of Northfield. We'll take a look at the first half statistics, including our points in the paint feature, a service of Professional Pride Realty of Northfield, during our Syngenta Seeds Research Center of Stanton halftime report, which comes your way right after this 1-minute timeout.
Did you know that Syngenta Seeds is one of the world's leading companies with more than 27,000 employees in some 90 countries dedicated to their purpose of bringing plant potential to life? One of the unique things about Syngenta is that their actions and products can help address one of our planet's most challenging dilemmas: how to grow more crops from less resources. At Syngenta Seeds, they put the grower at the center of everything they do. Syngenta Seeds Research Center in Stanton is proud to congratulate and support all local FFA students, athletes, coaches, and teachers. Did you know that Syngenta Seeds is one of the world's leading companies with more than 27,000 employees in some 90 countries dedicated to their purpose of bringing plant potential to life? One of the unique things about Syngenta is that their actions and products can help address one of our planet's most challenging dilemmas: how to grow more crops from less resources. At Syngenta Seeds, they put the grower at the center of everything they do. Syngenta Seeds Research Center in Stanton is proud to congratulate and support all local FFA students, athletes, coaches, and teachers.
Interesting first half. 21-17 is our score. I'm still tallying our points in the paint feature, our Professional Pride Realty points in the paint. The only pointer you need when it comes to real estate in the Northfield area is to contact the professionals at Professional Pride Realty in Northfield. Let's go over Red Wings scoring first. They have good balance. Off the bench, they have 11 of their 21 points. They were led in the first half by Buck with 5. Also 5 points off the bench for Beffert, 5'11 sophomore. Abby Deming had 4 points. 3 points off the bench for Ellie Thorson. I already told you that Beffert had 5, didn't I? And Danny Deming. Got to keep my Demings straight. Danny is the junior. Abby is the freshman. Danny had 3 points. 1 point for Lindsay Reps. Red Wing, 4 of 6 from the free throw line in the first half. 10 points in the Professional Pride Realty of Northfield paint for the Red Wing Wingers here in the first half. We had 8 lead changes in the first half. Boy, it was quite a turn of events. Northfield had a shot at the last shot to either take the lead or tie the game. And they turned the ball over, and Buck went on the other way and just did a masterful job of cutting off Carlson, not letting her block the shot. Just kind of had a hesitation move, and very smooth as she cut off the angle for Carlson and used the other side of the basket. Just a very smart basketball move by Buck. And the Wingers have a 21-17 lead here at halftime. And they were 4 of 6 from the free throw line. We'll take a look at Northfield statistics right after this 1-minute timeout.
Professional Pride Realty of Northfield would love to serve you. The team at Professional Pride Realty understands buying or selling a home is a major life event. It specializes in, but is not limited to, residential real estate. Locally owned, Professional Pride serves the community in and around Northfield. Just like the name says, they take professional pride in everything they do. The website, ProfessionalPrideRealty.com, includes not only pictures of some awesome properties, but other helpful tools to make a home buying or selling experience an enjoyable one. Professional Pride Realty, Northfield.
Did you know that Syngenta Seeds is one of the world's leading companies with more than 27,000 employees in some 90 countries dedicated to their purpose of bringing plant potential to life? One of the unique things about Syngenta is that their actions and products can help address one of our planet's most challenging dilemmas, how to grow more crops from less resources. At Syngenta Seeds, they put the grower at the center of everything they do. Syngenta Seeds Research Center in Stanton is proud to congratulate and support all local FFA students, athletes, coaches, and teachers.
Well, we get ready to start the second half. Before we give you those Northfield statistics, though, if you're tired of feeling like a number at the doctor's office, Northfield Hospital and Clinics, they treat you like a person. You're an important part of your healthcare team, so their doctors and staff listen to you and they treat you with respect. Their 4 clinics offer primary and specialty care close to home in Northfield, Lakeville, Farmington, and Lonsdale. To make an appointment at the Northfield Clinic, all you have to do is call 507-646-1494. To make an appointment at the Lakeville Clinic, call 952-469-0500. Learn more about the doctors and staff at northfieldhospital.org. That's northfieldhospital.org. Raiders are back on the floor, by the way. Red Wing is not yet. Of course, that message brought to you by Northfield Hospital and Clinics, partnering with you for a lifetime of care. Rachel Kelly leads Northfield with 6 points. Grace Touche has 5, and then 2 for Nowak, 2 for Ernst, and 2 off the bench for Annalie Olsen-Sosa. So you see what I mean? Not really efficient offensively for the Northfield Raiders. They had just 4 points off their bench, 11 points off the bench for Red Wing. That's kind of the difference here at the half, 21-17. Northfield had 7 turnovers, so did Red Wing. Red Wing scored 4 points off Northfield's turnovers, and the Raiders only scored 2. Red Wing is still in the locker room. Northfield's been out here for probably a couple of minutes. And the Wingers are up by a 21-17 score. Northfield, by the way, was 5 of 8 from the free throw line. Typically, they're very good free throw shooters. They were 5 of 8. You know, you make those 3 free throws, and it's a 1-point game. 21-17. The Red Wing Wingers lead it. And again, this game is exactly the pace that Red Wing wants. Coach Matheson, I don't think, wants to have a grind-out kind of game. Of course, that's what Faribault always had with them, kind of grind-out games. And maybe the Wingers are taking a page out of the Faribault Falcon book, because Faribault certainly played Northfield tough the 2 times they played them. I think it was a 6-point difference in one game and a 3-point in the other, if I remember right. As the Wingers will be going right to left and the Raiders left to right on your radio dial. Let's take a look at the Professional Pride Realty points in the paint for Northfield. And I really think they need to do this more. They had 12 points in the Professional Pride Realty paint, so they did outscore Red Wing, but not by much. From all the size they have, their shooting has been off from outside. They don't have a single three-pointer. The Red Wing Wingers have 1 by Buck, and 1 by Danny Deming, and 1 by Abby Deming. So they have 3 threes in the first half, and the Raiders have nada, zilch, 0, none. Wingers are back on the floor here. They've got the lead, 21-17. Yeah, I certainly love that points in the paint feature. You enjoy it. Please thank the folks at Professional Pride Realty in Northfield for bringing it to you here tonight. They'll be with us for the boys game on Saturday, too. We'll be here when Northfield plays Simley. We'll also have the Lakeville North versus Lakeville South game on Saturday afternoon right here in the Rochester Mayo Civic Center Arena. Earlier tonight, the Lakeville North Panthers defeated Farmington. They were up by 8 at the half. They were down by 12 early in the game, came back to lead by 8 at the half, and they ended up pulling away with a 22-point victory, 65-43. They were led in the game by Lauren Jensen, a 5'9 sophomore who had 20 points. And Elise Cheetah, a 5'10 junior, had 17 to lead the way for Lakeville North. There's 2 players in double figures for Farmington. Farmington's got a lot of young ladies on that team, so they're going to be a force to reckon with for a few years to come. And Lakeville North, they just seem to reload every year. They got a good shot at making some noise up at State, too. They only lost to Wayzata by 1 in overtime. They lost to Eastview by 3 in overtime. They lost to Centennial 70-56, Prior Lake by 3, and to Eastview by 9 the second time they played them. So Eastview did sweep them, but both of them were pretty good games. They started the season 3-3, and since then they've been 19-2 on the year. Winner of this game goes to state in Class 3A. Well, we'll see what they do here. Coach Tony Matheson is assisted by Emelina Groutman. Tammy Filson, who of course used to coach Carlton for a number of years, did a great job there and coached at Faribault Bethlehem Academy too. Took them to a state tournament a few years back. Raiders have 9 straight wins. That's where the Raiders learned this matchup zone. I think it's from Tammy. She had her Carlton teams play that with a tremendous success. Back to back to back to back. I think it was 4 or 5 in a row. They went to the MIAC Conference Tournament. And of course, NCAAs. That was a lot of fun. Raiders get the ball to start the half as Ernst tosses it into Touche. Touche dribbles to her right. We'll see if Northfield comes out of their 1-3-1 when they come out on defense. I got a sneaking hunch they will. Pass goes underneath and stepping out of bounds, the Raiders. The turnover right out of the gate. That's their 8th and an empty possession again. Wingers 21, Raiders 17 as we start the second half. Reps bounces it over to Buck. And yep, they got the 1-3-1, but they don't have the long arm Carlson at the top of it. Buck might have traveled. The pass comes in the corner. Nelson for 3. It's an air ball. Goes off of Kelly, and she can't handle the ball. Raiders. Just some of those little things. They've had a few of those happen, too. Red Wings Buck will inbound the ball. You never know how teams will play in a big game like this. Who's tighter? Nelson's out front. Of course, the Raiders are the number 1 seed. Wingers are the number 2 seed. Nelson swings it back on the left to Buck. Gets it on the left side to Deming. Looks inside. Nelson was posting up. Shoots a wild shot. Rebound's taken out by Hoff. Gets it over to Touche. Touche brings it up left to right on your radio dial. Touche, right side. They get the basketball to Ernst. Dribbles to her left off the screen. Stops. Wanted to get it into Kelly. Nope. Gets it out front now to Nowak. Nowak will dribble to her left. Hoff screens Buck, but Buck just runs right around it. They bounce it in the block, and she can't handle the ball. Another turnover by the Northfield Raiders, number 9. It was a low bounce pass, post entry, bending over to her ankles to pick it up was Kelly, and that's not where you want the ball. Pass goes in the corner. For Red Wing, they've got a 21-17 lead, and I get the sense that they really don't want to be in any hurry. Reps pass it on the right side. Deming gets at the free throw line. Now they pass it in the corner to get it back out to Buck. In the ball, they don't over dribble, and that's good. Buck gets it on the right side. Now they get it in the right corner to Reps. Reps, they should trap her in that corner. She could have been in big trouble had they done that. Now they get it back between the 2 circles to Buck. Buck is going to bounce to the free throw line. And Deming will get it back to Buck. Buck throws it to Reps. She's got an open tray. It's no good. Shot behind the blue line again. Rebound by Red Wing again. Man, oh man. Pass goes in the corner to Deming. Northfield's just not as quick. Not getting the ball. Buck dribbles to her left. Bounces it on the side to Reps. Reps gets it into Deming. Deming will get it in the corner now to Nelson. Nelson will dribble it back out. Now gets it to Reps. Swings it over to Buck. They've effectively killed off a lot more time again. Nelson has it on the left wing. It's 21-17. Red Wing leads it. As Buck has the ball out front, gets it to Deming at the free throw line. She dribbles through the paint. Shouldn't get away with that. Bounces it back out to Reps. Reps is going to be trapped by Ernst and Nowak. They get at the free throw line. Now back to Reps. Passes it in the corner. Nelson for 3, and it's an air ball. And again, well, this time they say it's off Red Wing. Kelly did a nice job boxing out there. I actually thought it was off her, but they call it off Red Wing. Their 8th turnover. So Nelson's going to sit down. Gets a low 5 from her coach. Touche will bring the ball up the floor. In the game for the Raiders is Annalie Olsen-Sola. And I think because of her energy, she's a very energetic young lady. Dribbling to her left Touche wants to turn the corner, got away with a lot of dribbles down the lane and missed a scoop shot off glass. She cannot buy a basket right now. Touche's a scorer. Scorers find ways to score. Her shot's been off, so she's trying to dribble drive to the basket, and she can't even make a layup right now. She still keeps doing it. Here comes a three. It's behind the blue line. It's no good. Way behind the blue line is the three by Touche as Red Wing. Reps gets it to Buck. Buck bounces it back to Reps. I can't believe how many players are thrown off by these lines. You know the coaches have to remind them of it. Bounce pass goes in the blue paint. They get it on the right side. Now in the corner to Buck. Buck weaves her way, and the ball stolen. She over-dribbled that time. Haven't seen that too often by the Wingers. Touche brings the ball up. Buck tried to steal it. She doesn't let her do that. She calls for a screen, gets the screen. Touche passes it in the corner. Ernst a couple of dribbles, passes it across the way to Nowak. Nowak will get it on the right wing to Touche. Touche dribbles right baseline and loses the ball out of bounds. She dribbled into a winger. There was a collision. There's no call. The ball goes out of bounds, and it's turned over again by Northfield, their 10th turnover of this game. I guess there's a media timeout or something here. No, Northfield did take the timeout, and I was thinking they probably could use one. They haven't scored here in the second half at all. Neither is Red Wing. We're sitting at 21-17 because Red Wing has effectively killed off a lot of time. We're almost 4 minutes into the second half. Our score is 21-17. At Benjamin Bus in Northfield, the safe transportation of school children is the goal. They do a great job at Benjamin Bus. They're really good people. Whether it be to or from school, the various field trips or sporting events, safety always comes first at Benjamin Bus. They work very closely with the school district in designing the safest bus routes and stops. Before any departure, the drivers are required to perform a pre-trip safety inspection to ensure the safety of all student passengers. Benjamin Bus staff committed to educating the children who ride their buses in school bus safety. Benjamin Bus extending their best wishes to the Northfield Raider girls basketball team in tonight's section final. As Buck passes it in the corner, they throw it all the way out of bounds. Red Wing. Somehow I don't think that was the play mapped out during the timeout. Man, both these teams are struggling on offense, and you can credit some defense for it. Plus, they're letting them play very physical. Carlson chased down the ball for the official. Will inbound the ball. So Carlson's on the floor along with Touche, Olsen, Sola. They run a 4-high offense this time. Let's see if this gets them some hoops. Right side, it's Touche. Should open things up inside if they run it effectively. Carlson swings it on the left side. Their offensive efficiency's been off. Carlson drives baseline. She abandons the move and throws up an air ball. Red Wing will come back the other way. 21-17. Nobody has scored this half, and Red Wing's fine with that. Reps has it between the two circles. Passes it on the left side to Deming. Deming takes one dribble, bounces it back to Reps, throws it in the corner. Buck, she had a three, didn't take it. Couple of dribbles by Beffert. We're going to have a foul on that bump. It'll be on Northfield's Annika Richardson, the 5'9" freshman. So the freshman gets called for the foul. Hoff is back in the game for the Northfield Raiders. Hoff, of course, is the 6'3" senior. Pass comes in. We got a foul on... I guess we don't have a foul on Red Wing, but we have a turnover on Red Wing. 3 seconds, I'm guessing. 11 turnovers. So the Raiders will bring the ball up the floor. Neither team has been exactly efficient on offense. Left side, Nowak dribbles to her right. We're going to have a illegal screen on the Raiders. Hoff gets called for a moving screen. It's her second foul. 11 turnovers now by Northfield. 11 turnovers by Red Wing. Thorson will bring the ball up. Nobody has scored. We're almost 6 minutes into the second half, and we got another turnover by the Wingers. Man, they're trying to give the Raiders, not on purpose, I mean, they've had a lot of turnovers here, and also is Northfield, and nobody can score this half. I mean, nobody scored. There's nothing but goose eggs on the board this half for both teams. As Touche will bring it up left to right. You ever wanted something so hard? I mean, so bad that you play so hard? As Touche, again, got fouled on the block. She ends up forcing a basket up, having to muscle it up. Well, they let a lot of contact go on. Pass goes in the corner. Beffert almost had it turned over again. By the way, they did score off that turnover, didn't they? Here's another turnover by Red Wing. Northfield needs to up the tempo of this game. Touche stops in the lane, comes up short. They hit her on the arm, I guess. Going to be on reps. Be her second, so Touche will go to the free throw line where she's 1 for 2 in the game, has 7 points. It's 21-19. Wingers lead. If she makes both, we have a tie game. And she makes both. So Touche's got all of Northfield's points this half, and we're tied at 21. Not that there's a lot of them. There's 4. Red Wing still has not scored this half. We got a travel on Buck. That's the 3rd straight turnover on possessions by the Wingers. And Red Wings coach makes a very smart timeout here. We're tied at 21. You don't want this to get out of hand if you're the Wingers. You've had it pretty much where you wanted it, pace-wise. I honestly believe that the Raiders need to just get in attack mode here. Red Wing wants to grind them out game. Pressure them, get some turnovers, get some quick buckets. Of course, that's easy for me to say. We're tied at 21. By the way, family medicine physicians care for patients of all ages for a wide range of conditions. They treat everything from routine care to complex multi-problem health issues. At the Northfield Hospital and Clinics, they can care for your whole family. They enjoy getting to know you well over time and tailoring your care to you. Your team is at Northfield Hospital and Clinics, partnering with you for a lifetime of care. As Annalie Olsen-Sola, the 6'1 senior, will inbound it to our left. Touche will get the ball, the 5'9 senior for the Raiders. Touche will pass it on the right side to Carlson, guarded by Buck. It's a good matchup. Carlson dribbles to her left, gets it over on the left wing to Nowak. Nowak abandons the screen, doesn't use it, right side to Carlson. Back to Sola. Sola goes down the lane, tried to dribble, loses the ball. Now the Raiders had a chance to get a lead there. Went by the by. Buck looks to dribble, penetrate. She'll bounce in the corner. When is she going to take over this game? Reps inside floater, no good. Rebound tipped around, taken down by Carlson. Carlson will throw it over to Touche. Touche, her bucket was on the block. Let's see if they put her down on the block again. She muscled it in. Nowak has it on the right side to get it out high to Olsen. Passes it on the left side to Touche. She's going to shoot a 3 behind the blue line again. Miss it. Rebound taken down by Buck. Somebody please tell her the black line. As Buck brings it across the timeline, right to left on your radio dial. A couple of dribbles by Reps. Gets it over to Buck. Buck gets by 2 Raiders. Gets it back on the right wing. Here's a pass in the left corner for 3. Madsen, and it's good. She was behind the blue line. Says, take that, Kosfeld. I can shoot him behind the blue line. And she does. Yeah, basket that was, now they're going to wave it off. 24-21, Wingers lead it. The difference has been the three-pointer. They've got them. Northfield doesn't. First half they had 3. They now have 4 threes in this game. That was their first field goal of this half. The bounce pass goes on the right side. As Bedford gets in the corner, Madsen was in the same corner where she hit the 3. Pass goes inside and it's stolen away again. Northfield's got to start doing something with these turnovers. They did score points off 2 of the last 4. Here's a triple that is good from the left corner. taken by Noah. We're tied at 24 with 10 minutes to go in the game. Reps across the timeline, passes in the corner. Back out front to Buck. Buck dribble penetrates in the blue paint, gets it to Reps, throws up a floater. It's rejected by Hoff into the hands of Touche. Touche passes it all the way down the floor. Nice catch by Ernst, who might have been pushed. They get it back out front to Touche. Right side, Ernst is going to shoot a three, and it's an air ball. Rebound taken out by Kelly. It's rejected by Red Wing, and they chase down the ball in the corner. Wow, what a rejection that was by Hannah Rogers. Buck gets it across the timeline as the Raiders go into this 1-3-1. But again, they don't have a real tall girl at the top. Reps goes in the lane, gets it in the corner. Here's a triple by Madsen, and it's good. Or Nelson, excuse me. Kylie Nelson hits the triple. She's got two of them, one on each side. That's the difference, 27-24. The Wingers have 5 threes in this game, and the Raiders just turned it over again. Raiders have 1-3-5 for Red Wing, and that's why they've got a 3-point lead right now, 27-24. Northfield has 7 points at the free throw line. They have now 14 points in the Professional Pride Realty paint. They jump on Nelson this time in that corner from the free line, and hopefully somebody will stay on her now. Pass goes to the free throw line. They get it right side. Another three. It's barely grazes iron. And again, Red Wing gets a rebound. My word. Now Kelly steals it. We're going to have a foul on the Wingers. Going to be on Beffert. It'll be her second. There have been 8 turnovers this half by Red Wing, and only 2 have been converted into points by Northfield as Birkbaum's back in the game for the Raiders. Out front with the ball, Kelly swings it over to Birkbaum. Birkbaum will get it on the block. Spinning to her left, Kelly goes to her right off glass. Well, she didn't go off glass. Missed the shot. As Red Wing comes back right to left on your radio dial. Pass across the timeline. Nelson has it. Nelson. Reps on the move, gets in the corner to Beffert. It's a 3-point Red Wing lead. We're under 8 minutes to go in this game. This pace has been all Red Wing. And now Kelly got a little impatient, knocks Reps over, helps her up. It'll be a foul on Kelly. So Rachel Kelly gets the foul. Buck had a little breather there. Kelly's going to check out, and coming back in is Annalie Olsen-Sola, another senior for this Raider team. They really thought this might be their season. 7:55 to go. The Wingers trying to pull off the upset. Remember, they say it's hard to be a good team 3 times. And the first time they played, it was a 1-point game. Again, it was a low-scoring game like this one. That's why Northfield did not want a low-scoring game, and Red Wing just turned it over again. That's her 10th turnover this half, their 17th of the game, and Northfield just cannot score. They have 2 baskets this half. Of course, so does Red Wing, but Red Wing's 2 are threes. It was a 4-point lead at the half by Red Wing thanks to a turnover at the end of the half by Northfield. That looms big right now. It's 27-24. Nowak dribbles to her left. Gets it out front. They get it inside. And Annalie Olsen-Sola scores. And that was a nice little left-handed hook shot. That was a point off turnovers, too, wasn't it? Pass in the corner. They get it back out front. It was inside the Professional Pride Realty paint. Out front now, Reps gets it at the free throw line to Deming. Goes down the lane, gets it back out front to Reps, swings it over to Buck. Coach Nelson's clapping his hands. His Wingers are up by 1, 27-26. Wingers, Buck has it. Buck dribbles to her left. Buck has just 2 baskets in this game. Both in the first half. She has not scored this half. They haven't done anything special with her either. Pass goes to Buck on the right side. As I say that, she dribbles down the lane, throws up a shot. There's contact, no foul called. Rebound taken down by nobody. They say tie up. Possession arrow goes to Northfield. Well, there's a lot of contact on that shot. No foul. So, Annalie Olsen-Sola will inbound the ball. The Raiders can take the lead with 6:39 to go in the game. Looking to bring the ball up with a clenched fist is Touche. Touche is being guarded out top by Danny Deming, the 5'7 junior, had a big triple in the first half. Carlson's back in the game for Northfield. Touche. They get it on the block. Shots off glass and good and under control. That time was Hoff. She's been off on her shot, but that time she just stayed under control. Didn't shoot it wildly. It's 28-27. Raiders as Nelson throws it on the left side to Buck. Raiders can get another stop or two, get a lead. We'll see how Red Wing reacts. Nelson takes one dribble, bounces it back to Buck. Buck is going to throw at the free throw line. Bounce pass underneath the Rogers. Here's a 10-footer that's up. It's no good. Rebound taken down by Hoff. She'll hand it off to Touche. 5:46 to go. Here come the Raiders. Pass goes in the corner. They get it on the block. Up off the glass, and it's good by Olsen-Sola. She's been a difference maker here in the half. Gets her second hoop, and it's a 30-27 Northfield lead. Here's a wide open layup. Talk about a defensive blow. Wow. Deming got a wide open layup. Nobody even got close to her. It's 30-29. That's just too easy. You had to work your tail off to get your points. Carlson will shoot a 10-footer. It's no good. Rebound's taken down by Red Wing. Buck will bring it up, toss it over to Nelson. It's a 30-29 Northfield lead. We got 5 minutes to go, and the Raiders are watching Red Wing hold the ball here. They're just going to hold the ball and take off some more time. Shorten the game. Got Carlson at the top here. Pass goes on the left side to Deming. Deming gets it back out front to Buck. Dribbles to her right, wants to turn the corner. They're going to call foul on Carlson. Man, oh man, you got people getting clocked going to the basket for layups. And they call a touch foul way out top on Carlson. She goes to the bench, shaking her head. I don't blame her. So Red Wing will inbound the ball. It'll be Buck underneath their basket. Slaps the ball and looks and looks and looks. Way out top, gets it to Reps. She'll dribble to her left. Raiders have a 1-point lead with 4.5 minutes to go. A steal by Nowak. A Buck layup is good. That was an awesome play. I'm going to write this down in my scorebook. 4:24 to go. Nowak gets a steal from the Division I player Buck and turns it into points. And they've jumped out to a 3-point lead. Northfield 32. Red Wing 29, 4:24 to go, back in 1 minute.
Did you know that Syngenta Seeds is one of the world's leading companies with more than 27,000 employees in some 90 countries dedicated to their purpose of bringing plant potential to life? One of the unique things about Syngenta is that their actions and products can help address one of our planet's most challenging dilemmas, how to grow more crops from less resources. At Syngenta Seeds, they put the grower at the center of everything they do. Syngenta Seeds Research Center in Stanton is proud to congratulate and support all local FFA students, athletes, coaches, and teachers.
Professional Pride Realty of Northfield would love to serve you. The team at Professional Pride Realty understands buying or selling a home is a major life event. It specializes in, but is not limited to, residential real estate. Locally owned, Professional Pride serves the community in and around Northfield. Just like the name says, they take professional pride in everything they do. The website, ProfessionalPrideRealty.com, includes not only pictures of some awesome properties, but other helpful tools to make a home buying or selling experience an enjoyable one. Professional Pride Realty, Northfield.
Yeah, we're going to take a look at the Professional Pride Realty points in the paint here in a moment because it is a difference maker for the Raiders. That's why they have their 3-point lead, which feels about as comfortable as a toothache right now for the Raider fans, I'm sure. Buck with the basketball, dribbles to her left. She has not scored this half. Here's a three, and it's no good. Rebound taken down. Madsen took the three. Ernst gets the rebound. Touche throws it ahead to Nowak. Now, if you're the Raiders, are you patient? 3:54 to go. Ernst dribbles to her left. Free throw line. Hoff ran down the lane. Well, they're really physical inside. Pass goes on the left side. Touche gets it on the block to Kelly. Back to Touche. Touche a couple of right-handed dribbles. Back to the top. Swings it over to Hoff. Hoff back to Touche. Swings it over to Nowak on the right wing. Nowak dribbles to her right. Stops. Abandons that move. Gets it inside the paint. Shots up. It's no good, and a foul is going to be called as Kelly took the shot. I think they called the foul on Buck. They did. No, they didn't call it on Buck. They called it on Rogers. She's 21, and Buck's 12. Rogers has her 4th foul as Kelly goes to the free throw line. She's 2 for 4. She makes that one. Her 7th point. She makes this. It'll be a 5-point lead with 3:27 to go. Red Wing can't be playing stall ball if they get too big a lead. 34-29. That's why I find the Raiders, and I get the ball, I go right to the basket and score. Maybe hold it a bit at the 2-minute mark. Buck lowers the shoulder, gets away with it. Reps dribbles down the lane. A shot's rejected by Kelly. It's in the corner. Buck for 3, and she hits it right in front of her bench. As cool as the other side of the pillow. Buck hits the triple, and it's 34-32. It was a little chaotic there. The ball got tipped to her, and she just calmly shot the tray. Man, does she have some range. She was well behind the blue line again. Touche will bring the ball up. Her team's up by 2 with 2:57 to go. Couple of right-handed dribbles by Ernst. Bounces it inside to Hoff, who nearly turned it over. Gets it over to Touche. Touche dribbles to her right, now back to her left. See if the Raiders take a timeout, map out a play here. Pass goes inside to Hoff. Oh my, she missed a little hook shot. Little 5-footer inside the Professional Pride Realty paint. Red Wing can take the lead with a triple and tie, of course, with a regular basket. 2:26 to go. Buck. I thought she was going to take another one. Pass Deming. Gets it in the left corner. I know I would have if I was Buck, and I had her skills. Back out front, backing up with the ball is Reps. Now they get it to Buck. Back to Reps. They're still going to milk some time here. It's just a one-possession game. Throwing up a shot, missing it is Reps. Ball hit the top of the head of Kelly. Coming back the other way is Ernst. Buck thought she fouled her. They didn't call it. And Red Wing gets a rebound on a missed layup. Coach Hoff is telling her teammates to slow it down. I mean, we've got the lead. Under 2 minutes to go in the game. Minute 56 to go. It's 34-32 Northfield. Hoff is going to sit down now. And Olsen Sola's back in the game. Remember, she was a big reason why they had this lead. Out front with the ball, it's Reps. I know if I'm Red Wing, Reps gets it out front. I'd get it back to Buck. Buck dribbles to her right. Buck goes toward the basket, just throws it up, misses. Rebound taken down by Red Wing again. We got a foul called on Northfield. They call it on Olsen Sola. It'll be her second. With a minute 36 to go. Of course, they have fouls. The Wingers have 3 fouls to give, by the way, with a minute 35 to go. One more foul. Red Wings in the bonus by Northfield. So Nelson, outside the three-point line, dribbles to the top. We had a minute 26 to go. They're very content with a one-possession game to be very patient. Nelson dribbles to her right. Gets to the Buck on the right wing. They want to steal this game. Pass goes on the left side. Deming bounces it back out front to Reps. Free throw line. Here's Buck back to Reps. Reps swings on the left side to Nelson. Nelson will get it back out front to Reps. Man-to-man here by the Raiders. The ball's kicked. The kick ball wasn't called. Pass goes on the left side. Here's a three by Nelson, and it's no good. Rebound taken out by Red Wing again. They drive the left baseline all the way. Rogers gets it out front to Buck. 52 seconds to go. Buck bounces it right side. Buck gets it back top of the key. Buck swings it over to Nelson. Nelson now on the left side to Reps. Reps will dribble to the top of the key with 42 seconds. Here's another three by Nelson, and it's no good. Rebound finally taken down by Northfield's Touche, trying to get out of trouble, and she gets fouled. Well, they have fouls to give. You might as well give them if you're the Wingers. Wow. Raiders 34, Wingers 32. See, they called a foul on. The foul, I think, was called on Abby Deming, the freshman. We got a timeout here by Northfield. 34 seconds to go in the game. The Raiders 34, the Wingers 32. I don't know if my ticker can take this, folks. I know this much. Benjamin Buss is going to be driving that team from Northfield home, and if they win, it's going to be one happy bus ride because they're going to be going to the state tournament. Benjamin Buss, yep, they're big-time Raider fans, of course. They want to be to extend their best wishes to the Northfield Raider girls basketball team in tonight's section final game. So many life lessons can be learned in sports, and believe it or not, a lot of life lessons are learned on the bus. Thanks to Benjamin Buss for sponsoring our broadcast here tonight. Also, Professional Pride Relay. I promised you I'd give you the points in the paint. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 this half. 22 points in the paint for Northfield in this game. And just 12 for Red Wing. A 10-point differential and a 2-point lead. Raiders got to be strong with the ball. Full court press put on. He might want to take a timeout. He just got it in. Touche has it. They immediately foul her. They're going to use up those fouls. They have to. 32 seconds. If you don't get a steal, you got to use up the fouls. You got one more to use. And you might as well do it. Although, to be honest with you, I think I'd wait until I get, well, they could throw up a three. I guess maybe it does make sense to do it on this end of the floor. As they just get the ball in, and another foul. And that's the last one. Next one, and Northfield will be shooting free throws. We'll see if they decide to go with a hack mode here. They line up like dominoes, top of the lane. Ernst lobs it into Touche and throws it out of bounds. She threw the ball out of bounds. So we've got a timeout. Red Wing will have the ball. 30.9 seconds. A triple wins it. The deuce sends us to overtime more than likely because if I'm Red Wing, they're not going to give this ball up unless they turn it over. It's going to be last shot time for the Wingers. Northfield, a crucial turnover. Man, oh man. And you know who's going to take that last shot. If I'm Red Wing, it's Ms. Buck. She's got 2 threes in this game. 30.9 seconds. The Wingers can steal this baby away. That's been the game plan. They wanted to keep it low scoring, and that's exactly what's happened. So the Raiders got to have their best defensive stand of the season right here. 30.9 seconds to go. Red Wing will inbound the ball. They have been a little turnover prone. Nelson gets it out front. Reps gets it over to Buck. Buck will hand it off on the left side. Now they get it back to Reps. Reps goes down the lane, shoots the shot, scores. We're tied at 34. Well, they went quick. I was surprised by that. Now if I'm the Raiders, take a timeout. Map of play. We're tied at 34 with 13 seconds to go, and Coach Matheson does just that. He takes the timeout. Northfield 34. Red Wing 34. 11.4 seconds to go in the game. I don't think my ticker could take a overtime. Can yours? We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Did you know that Syngenta Seeds is one of the world's leading companies with more than 27,000 employees in some 90 countries dedicated to their purpose of bringing plant potential to life? One of the unique things about Syngenta is that their actions and products can help address one of our planet's most challenging dilemmas, how to grow more crops from less resources. At Syngenta Seeds, they put the grower at the center of everything they do. Syngenta Seeds Research Center in Stanton is proud to congratulate and support all local FFA students, athletes, coaches, and teachers.
Wow, what a game. We're tied at 34 with 11 seconds to go. The Raiders, well, the ball's in their hands right here. They score, they win. That's simple. They turn it over, Red Wing goes down and scores, they win. If nobody scores, we go to overtime. Coach Filson is getting a last instruction to her team. If I'm Northfield, I try and get the ball inside, and if you don't make the bucket, you might get fouled. They've had the advantage inside the Professional Pride Realty paint. You know, all kinds of pushing going on down low. Olsen Sola is trying to get on the block, and she's getting pushed all over the place. Pass comes out front to Nowak with 10 seconds to go. Nowak will dribble to her right. They bounce it in to Touche, and she's fouled. They did the old try to pull the chair out from under her. She fell. As the foul's going to be on Ellie Thorson. At the free throw line is going to be Touche, and Nelson takes a timeout to try and freeze Ms. Touche. If she hits these 2 free throws, there's still 4.7 seconds to go in the game. We're going to keep it right here. Oh, my. I don't know if I can handle this. Northfield Hospital and Clinic, sophisticated care, neighborhood convenience. Again, this half, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 points in the Professional Pride Realty paint for Northfield. They have a 10-point advantage in the Professional Pride Realty paint. We're tied at 34. The difference for Red Wing is the 3. We've got 5 threes in this game. Northfield has 1. If Touche hits these free throws, she could send her team to the state tournament. You almost have to make both of them. So meanwhile, what are you going to do defensively if she makes the free throws? Touche is 3 of 4 from the free throw line. She's never shot a free throw with this much pressure on her in her life. I mean, the state tournament's on the line. So here we go. 4.7 seconds to go in the game. Touche comes up short. Rebound Red Wing. They come up the court. Half-court shot is very wide by Buck, and we're going to overtime. Touche can't believe that she came up short on the free throw. And like I said before, she's never had one that pressure-packed before. I mean, the state tournament was right there. And that's awfully tough. We're going to overtime. Tied at 34, back in 1 minute.
Did you know that Syngenta Seeds is one of the world's leading companies with more than 27,000 employees in some 90 countries dedicated to their purpose of bringing plant potential to life? One of the unique things about Syngenta is that their actions and products can help address one of our planet's most challenging dilemmas, how to grow more crops from less resources. At Syngenta Seeds, they put the grower at the center of everything they do. Syngenta Seeds Research Center in Stanton is proud to congratulate and support all local FFA students, athletes, coaches, and teachers.
Professional Pride Realty of Northfield would love to serve you. The team at Professional Pride Realty understands buying or selling a home is a major life event. It specializes in, but is not limited to, residential real estate. Locally owned, Professional Pride serves the community in and around Northfield. Just like the name says, they take professional pride in everything they do. The website, professionalpriderealty.com, includes not only pictures of some awesome properties, but other helpful tools to make a home buying or selling experience an enjoyable one. Professional Pride Realty, Northfield.
Here we go. A 4-minute overtime. I don't know about your ticker, but mine's pumping pretty good here. I might have to go to Northfield Hospital and Clinics after this one. Stepping in, the official, tap controlled by Northfield. You need to be super efficient in overtime and offense. And the Raiders have been more efficient as time has gone on. Touche swings it left side. We'll see what happens. Carlson in attack mode, layup good. Emma Carlson gets her first basket by taking it right to the basket and scoring in the Professional Pride Realty paint. It's 36-34. Red Wing looks like they're not going to hold the ball here. Reps passes it out front. Now they swing it left side to Buck. Buck's behind the three-point line. Well, that shows you what I know. She'll pass it over to Reps. Reps dribbles to her right, back to Buck. Buck holds that ball high overhead. Now dribbles between the two circles. Gets it over on the right side to Reps. Reps a couple of dribbles at the free throw line. Deming spins to go in underneath and throws a pass underneath. Nelson gets it out front now to Buck. Out front to Reps. I don't know how they got away with not turning the ball over in that. Nelson gets it on the right wing. In the corner to Deming. It's a 2-point Raider lead with 3 minutes to go in the overtime. Buck gets it to Deming. Deming wants to pass it to somebody. Can't find anybody open. Gets it back to Buck. Buck's being guarded by Ernst. Here's a three by Nelson, and it's in and out. No good. It was behind the blue line. Rebound Red Wing again. They've killed him on the glass. Here's a near steal by Carlson, who... Well, Red Wing's going to get the ball. The official got in the way. Carlson might have been able to get a steal. So, to our left, Buck will inbound the ball with 2 minutes and 42 seconds to go in the overtime. And the Raiders aren't going to put any pressure on. I think I'd be putting more pressure on the ball here. Reps, you're kind of letting them play with the clock. Bounce pass over to Buck. Buck, you got to force them to play, you know. They can hold the ball. That's what they want. Pass comes back to Reps. Reps looks to dribble, penetrate, kicks on the right side. A long three by Madsen is in and out. No good behind the blue line. And another Red Wing rebound and a steal by Carlson. What a steal by Carlson. She came out of nowhere to steal the ball. Big turnover. And Red Wing has just killed Northfield on the glass. Touche gets it out front. Olsen Sola, and they are pressuring the ball. Bounce pass goes to Touche. Touche gets around a screen. Top of the key, swings on the left side. They've got the lead. They don't need to be in a hurry. There's a minute 50 to go. Touche has it out front. I mean, you want to have a good shot here. Touche dribbles to her left, being guarded by Reps. Passes it over to Carlson. Remember last time she just took it right to the basket. That 6'1" frame of hers. Gets it over to Hoff. Hoff, Sola is looking to get open in the lane. There's just all kinds of pushing and shoving going on in there. They get it back out front to Olsen Sola. Dribbles to her right. Wants to hand it off. She almost gets tied up. Gets it over to Hoff. Now out front to Touche. There's a minute 20 to go. Touche will dribble to her left. Ball's knocked away, and a foul's going to be called on Red Wings. Abby Deming. Deming gets her third foul called. Touche will go to the free throw line. Remember, she missed the one that might have given them the win in regulation. And she makes that one. We're in overtime. She makes this. It's a 4-point lead with a minute 17 to go, and you can't be holding the ball if you're Red Wing. And she missed it. My, oh my. A triple can score it and tie it. Buck brings the ball up right to left on your radio dial. We get a whistle blowing, whistle blowing, whistle blowing. They stopped right in the middle of play. Blew the whistle to allow Northfield to get a couple of subs in. If I'm Coach Nelson, I'm not real happy here. They're bringing the ball up the court. So with a minute 11 to go in the game, I really don't understand that. Buck passes it on the left side to Reps. Reps goes down the blue lane, dumps it off. Shots blocked by Olsen Sola, and she gets called for a foul. She did get her with a body. Yeah, they got an attack mode there. At the free throw line is Rogers. She has not scored in this game. Red Wing has not shot a free throw the second half at all, and now they're shooting their first in the overtime, and she missed it. She'll have another. 37-34 Northfield. Minute 2 to go until the overtime is over. The first one anyway. I mean, we could end up with a second one. And she missed that one badly, an air ball. Like I say, you don't get pressure-packed free throws like these every day of the week. I mean, the state tournament is on the line here. So, Tasia Buck, the only senior on the Red Wing team, is telling her teammates, we can do this. As they go to the bench, I saw her turn to her teammates and say, we can do this. I love that. Great leadership there by Ms. Buck. Speaking of leadership, at Benjamin Bus in Northfield, the safe transportation of school children is their goal. Whether it's on a field trip or to and from school or various sporting events, safety is number one. It always comes first at Benjamin Bus. They work closely with the school district in designing the safest bus routes and stops. Before any departure, the drivers are required to perform pre-trip safety inspection to ensure the safety of all student passengers. Benjamin Bus staff committed to educating the children who ride their buses in school bus safety. Benjamin Bus extends their best wishes to the Northfield Raider girls basketball team in tonight's section final game. They'll be with us on Saturday when we do the boys game. They play Simley in the semifinals of Section 1, Class 3A. By the way, we'll have our 70th year of baseline-to-baseline coverage of the Boys State High School basketball tournament beginning March 21st, running through the 24th up in the Twin Cities. Roy Koenig and I will have the call. It'll be a lot of fun. It always is. Our 70th year broadcasting that. It'll be my 30th. as we have a foul on the inbounds play as Northfield almost turned it over again. They got bailed out with a foul. It's on Rogers. She's done. Yep, she's done. So Rogers fouls out. Remember, she just missed those 2 free throws, so that's probably who Northfield would have targeted had they needed to foul somebody late. That goes by the by. At the free throw line is Touche, who made 1 of 2 her last trip. She made that one. She makes this. It's a 5-point lead with a minute to go. Still a 2-possession game. And she made it. Touche is 3 of 4 in the overtime for the free throw line. She's got 3 of their 5 points. 39-34. Red Wing can't dawdle now. They're down by 5. Here's a Nelson 3. It's no good. An air ball. Rebound Touche. Gets it over to Nowak. There's 44 seconds to go. They have to foul Nowak. Refs gets called for the foul. She's getting pats on the derriere and on the back. Make these free throws, and we might be heading to the state tournament. 43 seconds to go. 39-34 Northfield. And she missed it badly. I mean, it wasn't close. Coach Matheson's encouraging her. She missed the second one. Rebounds taken down. 3 of 6 in the overtime. At the free throw line is Northfield, or they would have had this thing in the bag already. Here's a triple. Buck missed it. Rebound Touche. They got a foul her. 32 seconds. They let a little time go off the clock. Foul's going to be on Thorson. So Thorson fouls. Northfield might just survive this grind 'em game. 29.9 seconds. If Touche can make both these, it'll be a 7-point lead with 30 seconds to go. And she makes the first one. She's got 4 points here in the overtime, all at the free throw line. The other points came in the Professional Pride Realty paint. They're going to state, folks. It's a 7-point lead with under 30 seconds to go. You got to start jacking them up, Red Wing. They're dribbling. Bounce pass goes on the left side, back out front. Deming for 3. It's no good. Rebound taken on by Northfield. The Raiders are going to the state tournament. They're going to be dancing as the ball's knocked out of bounds. Northfield is heading to the dance. They're high-fiving in the stands. You just saw Andy Birkbaum. He's pretty excited. There's his daughter on this team. As the Northfield Raiders are 11.2 seconds away from a trip to the state tournament. Boy, did Red Wing give them a game. Man, oh man. The Wingers are up by 4 at the half. The difference, I honestly think the difference in the overtime is obviously hitting free throws by Touche. She's got 5 points at the free throw line. They have 7 points total. But to come from behind and get the game into overtime, it was the points in the Professional Pride Realty paint. You don't need any kind of a pointer other than the place to go. And Ms. Buck is just high-fiving all of her teammates. She's the only senior on this team, so it wouldn't be surprising to me at all if Red Wing was right back here next year. Northfield has, Ernst is a senior, Nowak is a senior, Touche is a senior, Hoff is a senior, and the Sol is a senior, so they have a lot of seniors, which may have been what powered them to the win. Who knows? Pass comes in to Kelly. They're not going to foul here. Pass comes ahead to Nowak. They're not going to foul. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. I mean, there's no sense in fouling. The Northfield Raiders are heading to the state tournament. That's right. They're dancing right now on the Mayo Civic Center arena floor. Wish I was quicker with the camera. We got a picture of them kind of in front of us in celebration mode. Your final score, Red Wing and Northfield hook up. The Raiders are the Section 1 Class 3A champions. Northfield defeats Red Wing 41-34. They'll have the awarding of the medals. It's the Raiders heading to state. And one of the key reasons, I really believe, I wrote it down in my book, Clara Nowak with 4 minutes and 24 seconds to go in regulation, got a steal from the Division I player Buck that ended up in a layup. That gave Northfield the lead at that time. Northfield had their chance to win it in regulation at the free throw line. They weren't able to do that. But Touche, I'm sure, said to herself, I'm not going to miss another free throw. She did miss one of the overtime, but she was 5 of 6 from the charity stripe in the overtime. We'll have your final scoring in this one. Again, your final score, Northfield 41, Red Wing 34. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Did you know that Syngenta Seeds is one of the world's leading companies with more than 27,000 employees in some 90 countries dedicated to their purpose of bringing plant potential to life? One of the unique things about Syngenta is that their actions and products can help address one of our planet's most challenging dilemmas, how to grow more crops from less resources. At Syngenta Seeds, they put the grower at the center of everything they do. Syngenta Seeds Research Center in Stanton is proud to congratulate and support all local FFA students, athletes, coaches, and teachers.
Professional Pride Realty of Northfield would love to serve you. The team at Professional Pride Realty understands buying or selling a home is a major life event. It specializes in, but is not limited to, residential real estate. Locally owned, Professional Pride serves the community in and around Northfield. Just like the name says, they take professional pride in everything they do. The website, professionalpriderealty.com, includes not only pictures of some awesome properties, but other helpful tools to make a home buying or selling experience an enjoyable one. Professional Pride Realty, Northfield.
What a game. As they're awarding the medals here in front of us, I suppose I could take another picture here as long as I got the phone camera here. Get that up on our website. Speaking of pictures, Mr. Pictures right here. He's got all the great pictures from Northfield. Wow, it was quite a grind-em-out game as Buck is receiving her medal. She'll be heading on to Evansville, Indiana to play Division I basketball. She finished the night with only 8 points. Nobody from Red Wing was in double figures. 8 points by Buck to lead the way. She didn't take a lot of shots either. She never forces the issue. Let's see here. Kylie Nelson had a couple of trays in the second half for 6. They had 5 by Bedford off the bench, 5 by Danny Deming, the junior. They had 4 points by Abby Deming, the freshman. 3 points by Lindsay Reps in the game. Red Wing finished the game. They had 1 turnover in the overtime that did get converted into points by Northfield. Northfield had no turnovers in the overtime. Remember, they had the big one toward the end of the game. Northfield finished with 14 total, and Red Wing finished with 18 total turnovers in this game. Points off turnovers, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 in the second half and overtime. 12 points off turnovers for Northfield to 6 points off turnovers for Red Wing. That's a 6-point differential, and it was a 7-point win here tonight for the Northfield Raiders. The difference in this game, the free throw line, and, as I mentioned, the points in the paint. Northfield scored 14 points at the free throw line. Red Wing scored only 4, as the Raiders are now getting their championship blue ribbon medals. And, of course, they'll get the championship trophy to hoist. How cool is that? Got flash bulbs popping all around me here, folks. Waiting for him to get that trophy up. Get our score, 41-34. Scoring tonight for Northfield. Touche in the second half and the overtime. Well, in the overtime, she was 5 of 6 from the free throw line. She was 7 of 9 in the second half of the overtime. She ended up 8 of 11 from the free throw line in this game. 8 of 11 from the free throw line was Touche. She had just 1 field goal the second half. So she had 9 second half points, finished with 14 in the game. Clara Nowak hit that big 2 on the steal with 4:24 to go to give Northfield the lead at the time. She had 7 points in this game. Rachel Kelly finished with 8. Annika Hoff had 2. Emma Carlson had 2. Again, that was the overtime. Remember the first play in the overtime for Northfield. She just drove the left baseline, got herself a nice bunny. Ernst scored 2 at the free throw line. And Olsen Sola during a key stretch in the second half when Northfield got the lead off consecutive turnovers. She scored consecutive buckets and finished the night with 6 points tonight for the Northfield Raiders, who are the Section 1 AAA champions, getting ready to hoist that championship trophy here. Yeah, you heard him talk about the captains. Hoff and company, they've got the trophy. They're holding it up in the air. Well, they were holding it up in the air, and again, they brought it down too soon. You got to hold it up high. There you go. Of course, the fans are on the other side of the arena, so they're holding it up. The back of the trophy is facing me. The Northfield Raiders are your 1 AAA champions. They're now 25-3 on the season, and I really think if they can get the jitters out and play their kind of game that wasn't the way they normally play here tonight, give Red Wing a lot of credit. They played the way they had to play to try and win this thing, and that shortened the game. But it just didn't work. Red Wing season ends 22-7. They lose 3 times out of those 7 to Northfield. The Raiders are now 25-3 and will head to the state girls basketball tournament. Thanks to Addie for engineering back at the studios. Our broadcast tonight has been a service of Benjamin Bus in Northfield. They wanted us to extend their best wishes for a trip to state. Guess what, Benjamin Bus? You're going to be busing the ladies to the state tournament. Also, Syngenta Seeds Research out of Stanton, Professional Pride Realty in Northfield, 22 points in the Professional Pride Realty paint. Northfield does take pride in scoring in that Professional Pride Realty paint, too. They had 41 total points, 22 in the paint. Red Wing finished with just 12 points in the paint. By the way, Red Wing did not score the entire second half. It was tied at 34 at the end of regulation. They missed 2 free throws. And that's it. They didn't have a single field goal or any points in the overtime. Also, our broadcast today is service of Northfield Hospital and Clinics and Syngenta Seeds Research Center out of Stanton. Final score for the final time from the Rochester Mayo Civic Center Arena. Earlier tonight, Lakeville North became the Section 1 4A champs. And here in the nightcap, the Northfield Raiders win the Section 1 AAA championship with a 41-34 victory over the Red Wing Wingers. Of course, our next broadcast will be on Saturday. We'll have Lakeville North boys and we'll have the Northfield boys. Northfield takes on Simley in the semifinal of 1 AAA, and Lakeville North plays Lakeville South in a semifinal in Class 4A, Section 1, right here at the Rochester Mayo Civic Center Arena. Till then, this is Gordy Cosfeld. Have a super night.